What is up, you guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be giving you guys an in-depth explanation of how I went from this to this in about a year and a half. I'll be explaining my entire glute transformation and how I gained about 15 pounds of solid muscle in my glutes while being quad dominant and having absolutely zero experience in the weight room, never picking up a weight in my life, and playing soccer my entire life. If you guys are new here, then welcome. My name is Nikki. I do motivation, fitness, and lifestyle content on all of these platforms. So if you guys have not yet, then make sure to click that subscribe button because it helps my channel out so much and ensures that you guys do not miss out on any of the fun videos that I post. This has been a very highly requested YouTube video, so I have laid out the entire spreadsheet. I'm going to give you guys a lot of pictures showing you guys every little step on my journey, things to not do, things to stay away from, things that you should be eating, things that definitely helped me on my journey, high protein snacks, what meals I ate while bulking, what I did when cutting, different kind of things like that, and I'll make it very simple for all of you guys to understand. My Instagram and my fitness app are where you guys are going to find my full workouts. My Instagram, I post workouts like every other day, or if you guys are interested in more of like a stable program, I have a 6-week home program and a 6-week gym program, a couple different variations on my fitness app, which you guys can subscribe for $1 if you guys want to check this out. And those programs are exactly what I did following this fitness journey. So we're gonna start off this timeline of like the very beginning of my fitness journey. I was 3 years old. I played soccer for 17 years of my life through college. I was always running, sprinting, everything soccer related. Like that was my only kind of fitness that I would do. I had never gone to the gym while playing soccer because I was practicing like 4 to 5 days a week and then playing 3 to 4 games on the weekends. So there was really no need for me to like go to the gym or work out like when I wasn't on the field. Growing up, I was always super active. I never cared about what my body looked like. I was never insecure about my appearance or anything like that until I kind of got to like later high school. So let's get into like high school, college. I was playing soccer, and because soccer is like mostly sprint and like shortcuts, you're staying low to the ground and doing things that are explosive, I was very quad and hamstring dominant. So I had no glutes at all. Like as you guys can see in this picture, no glutes, basically all just hamstrings. My hamstrings stuck out more than my butt. My quads were always like thunder thighs. But at this time, I didn't really care to like have a butt because I knew that my body was created for soccer and the muscles that I did gain were because I was playing that sport. So I just thought like this is what my body should look like to be like the best soccer player. So once soccer finished in college, I was like, I need to kind of find a new fitness endeavor. Now that I'm not going to be competing on the field, there was really no reason for me to like keep training soccer off the field, keep doing it on my free time, and keep like trying to do fitness tests and stuff like that. I had to find like that new fitness thing that was gonna keep me excited and keep me like wanting to work out and staying active. So I decided to start running like 4 to 6 miles a day once I stopped playing soccer. I was going on road runs, trail runs. I actually started training for a marathon, but that ended up stopping because it was supposed to be in April of 2020 and COVID hit. So I was not able to run that marathon, but I was training to run a marathon. That was like on my bucket list, and that was something that I really wanted to do at the time. During this time post soccer and like doing all of this excessive cardio, I was not eating nearly enough food. I was eating about 1,200 calories a day. I wasn't trying to like eat less, but I genuinely had no understanding and knowledge behind nutrition, and I just thought like the less you eat, the healthier you are. In saying that out loud now, like that sounds so toxic and so dumb, but I promise you, I was not the only one. You might be watching this video and you might be like, wait, I'm currently eating 1,200 calories and I had no idea that I'm under eating. Little things like that. All of our bodies are different, so we're going to need different calories and such. I'll touch on macros later in this video, but to my point, I was doing an excessive amount of cardio. I was doing abs 7 days a week, never taking a rest day. I had this very toxic mindset and I was significantly under eating. So now it's like March of 2020. I'm finishing up college. This is my last semester. I am now doing school remote online, and my boyfriend was like, Nikki, like what are your fitness goals? At the time I was like, my goal is to get slim thick. Like now that I'm not playing soccer anymore, I want to have like slim waist, big butt. And he was like, so what are you doing to achieve that goal? And I was like, well, I'm running 4 to 6 miles a day and doing abs. And he was like, well, if your goal is to grow a butt, then why are you doing so much cardio and why aren't you lifting weights? And I was like, well, if I lift weights, I'm gonna get bulky, I'm gonna get fat, like I can't lift weights. If anything, I was like, I'm content using 5-pound dumbbells for squats and bicep curls and things like that. And he was just telling me like, look, like if your goal is to grow your glutes, you need to start lifting weights, doing less cardio and eating more. And I love him, and it's funny because we both look back at this now and we say like, you were the one that really told me to do this, but I didn't listen to him at the time because I had such a strong belief in these fitness myths. Like I had such a toxic relationship with fitness that I could not fathom that one needed to lift heavier weights, do less cardio, and eat a lot of food to get a butt and to actually burn fat on your body. So March goes on. Now we're in April of 2020. JP leaves, my boyfriend, leaves on his first deployment and he's gonna be gone for 6 months. So at this point, I'm like, what have I got to lose? I'm gonna try this whole lifting thing. My mental at that time was like, well, if I do gain a lot of weight, at least he won't be here to see that and I can just like lose it by the time he comes back, because I knew I had this like 6-month window. I bought Tammy Hembrow's program. This is Tammy Hembrow. At the time, 2 years ago, she was like my fitness role model and icon. I was like, she has the dream body. She's slim thick, she's beautiful, she has the activewear brand. Like she was the dream for me. And I bought her program, but this is the thing. I stuck to her program, so I was lifting. This is when my lifting journey literally just started. We were all like at home during like peak COVID time. I was doing her workouts in my garage. Most of them were like dumbbell booty band only. It was her home program and I had no access to a gym. I was doing her program, running 4 to 6 miles on top of that, doing abs every day, and significantly under eating still. At this point, I started eating healthier whole foods and stuff, but I was still eating a very low number of calories, which wasn't allowing me to grow my glutes. And doing that excess cardio on top of lifting weights was essentially canceling out the gains. It was only working against me in this point. So I did her program for a month. I saw a little bit of results. If anything, my body was just like learning form and like my depth was getting a little bit better and my mobility was definitely increasing. But I decided to quit her program because I was like, I think I have a little bit of an understanding of how to lift, and instead of paying for a program, I think I'm okay on my own. I started posting workouts on my personal page on Instagram. So these are now archived, but this is like my personal account, if you will. I don't really post on there anymore. I was posting my fitness content on there. And this is some advice for those of you who want to start a new page from scratch. Because if you turn your personal page into this fitness page, for example, everybody that's following that page, they didn't sign up for fitness content. They signed up for personal content, like your regular life. So when I first started posting my workout videos on my personal Instagram, the views went down, the engagement went down, no one really cared. It was kind of like I was forcing them to see stuff that they didn't care to see. And I didn't realize that at the time, but I probably was posting fitness content on my personal account for about 3 months. April to June/July was when I was posting the fitness content on my personal account. Didn't even have a fitness page at all. Like none of this existed yet. Just to stay on the timeline and give you guys a little background of my social media, July of 2020. That's when I had my very first launch for Nikki Font Activewear. It was this ombre collection. She was cute at the time. She was in style. I was like, this is a peak of my fitness journey. My butt is growing like crazy. This is what my butt looked like at the time. And like I said, when you're in like that point in time, you think that you're done growing, but there's so much left in the journey. Like you've only just begun. So that's why you have to just trust the process. So I met this girl, her name is Danny. She's the one in the blue. She was like the biggest butt. Like she had the best body. And I was like, how did you get that butt? What did you do? Tell me your secrets. Cause she is like a year younger than me, I think. And she was like, oh, I've been training with this guy named Rave Suave. And I was like, show me his Instagram. So she showed me his Instagram and I was like, what do you think about his programs? Blah, blah, blah. And she was like, I love his programs. She was fortunate enough to train with him in person at the time. Like she was just doing her own thing. I decided to follow him on Instagram and that was kind of like my new endeavor. So these are where my OGs come in. If you're watching this video and you've followed me from the very beginning, you probably came from Rave's page. Let's say it's July of 2020. I decided to buy Rave's Better Booty program. So this is basically just like a 6-week home program for me to train my glutes. I had a booty band, dumbbells. That was all I needed for this. I stuck to his program to a T. That's something that I'm really proud of myself for, is being consistent, because if you're not consistent on your weightlifting journey or really anything you're trying to accomplish in life, consistency is key. If you're not consistent, you're not going to see the growth that quickly and you're probably going to quit. Like that's just my perspective on this stuff. So anyways, I did his program for let's say July, August, September. Like I was in it for like 3 months at this point. I was the type of person where I felt like if I was short 1 rep in an exercise, like let's say I did 9 reps instead of 10 for an exercise, I had such a toxic mentality that I was like, the workout's a waste. It doesn't matter. It's not gonna work because I didn't do that extra rep. I had a very, very, very toxic relationship with fitness, but my goal was to learn. Like I was so eager to learn and I was so eager to see the growth and to be successful in this realm. Like it was such a passion of mine. I'm grateful that I went through that because it allows me to see things a lot clearer now. And I feel like we all had to have gone through that toxic fitness myth era at some point to be where we are in like this successful, healthy relationship with fitness and nutrition. I did the glute activation, I did the entire glute workouts, and his were no joke. His were really, really difficult workouts. And then on top of that, I did his Tabata HIIT, and I did all three of those things back to back to back whenever I did his leg days. Let me tell you, my body was very exhausted, but I did it because my brain was like, if you don't do this to a T, you're not gonna see any results. So I stuck to that for 3 months. This right here is God working in mysterious ways. It's September. I follow Rave, obviously. He posts a giveaway. And keep in mind, Rave has like 500,000 followers on Instagram, over 1 million on TikTok. Who knows how many on his YouTube? I'm not sure the exact number, but he's a big creator. And at the time, I was this little nothing. I had a couple thousand followers on my personal account. I was by no means a fitness influencer, fitness role model, whatever at all. And I entered his giveaway, and I was literally praying nonstop. I was like, God, please, I need this guidance. I need a trainer. I can't afford a trainer, and I just need someone to guide me because like I have the work ethic and I have the drive, and I will be consistent and I will do anything that they say. I just need the guidance because I am not educated. And I prayed on this for literally like, I don't even know, maybe a week straight. The giveaway was like enter for a week and then they'll announce the winner. Out of the thousands of people that entered that giveaway, Rave chose 2 winners. One was to lose fat, basically like drop fat, lose weight on their body, and the other one was to gain muscle. And I won the giveaway. Little old Nikki won this giveaway that Rave Suave posted, and basically he was going to be training me in person 2 times per week, so 2 leg days out of 3 per week for 4 months straight. I literally could not believe it, and I commuted to him 40 minutes on Mondays and Wednesdays. My leg day was Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I hit glutes 3 times per week. I trained with Rave on Monday and Wednesday. I commuted 40 minutes to him and then 40 minutes back home. And we worked out for about like an hour together. We worked out at his apartment gym. There was limited equipment, but we were able to use like a Smith machine, heavier dumbbells, booty bands, and this is where like the collaboration part came in, where he was like, I'm going to train you for free, but you have to let me like film the workouts that I have you do. Basically, I was just proving to his followers that his Better Booty program works on girls, okay? Rave's program was amazing. I trained with him for 4 months, and week by week, we were measuring my glutes. I think we measured my glutes, quads, and waist. So every 2 weeks we would take measurements because this was the biggest thing in the journey. When doing a bulk, when eating in a caloric surplus, you're going to gain weight. And if you have an unhealthy relationship with the scale, it can be very toxic to your mindset, and you're gonna wanna quit because you're gonna be like, I don't wanna gain weight. I'm gonna be fat. I'm not gonna like how I look. All of those feelings, they're valid, okay? You're not alone if you feel like that. I don't weigh myself anymore because during that time, I was mortified to start eating more and stopping the cardio. Rave had me, he said that if we're gonna do this collaboration, you're not allowed to do cardio and you need to be consistent on your eating plan, which is eating in a calorie surplus. So we were increasing my macros like every 2 weeks, and we would take my measurements instead of weighing myself because the scale doesn't matter, you guys. Just because you gain weight, that's not a bad thing. If your goal is to gain muscle mass, you're going to gain weight because a butt weighs something. Does that make sense? It's common sense, but a lot of us don't see it like that in the beginning because we just think that any weight gain is bad weight gain. My very first day working out with him, you guys can see little clips of the videos right here. We did this first exercise. I literally could not even complete these Bulgarian split squats. I had to take like a 10-minute break, and I was sitting there and my knees couldn't bend because my quads were so shot. They were so pumped. I could barely walk, and I was so sweaty. Like, it was not my proudest moment. The first day of training with him was when I decided to start my fitness page, Nikki Font Fitness, which is kind of where all of this came about. And I was so embarrassed to post that workout in the green outfit because I was so sweaty and I thought I looked so overweight, and I just was not proud of it. But I'm so happy that I posted it because I was able to connect with so many girls right off the bat that were like, thank you for posting this. I've been so insecure about like my under boob sweat marks, my sweat marks in like my V-line, my sweat marks in my butt, my sweat marks down my armpit. Just know that you're not alone. Sweating is normal, okay? Another thing about sweating is that if you don't sweat in a workout, that means nothing, okay? Sweating does not mean you have a good and productive workout. Sweating is your body's natural way of cooling itself down. So if it's like 100 degrees outside, you're going to be sweating up a storm. But if you're doing that exact same workout and you're in an air-conditioned gym, you might not sweat at all. That doesn't mean you're not working just as hard, if not harder. So I'm training with Rave every week, 2 times per week. This was helping me not become too dependent on him. He was like, I'm going to train you Monday and Wednesday. On Friday, you're going to do your own workout. I'm going to give you the workout, but you have have to do it on your own. You have to push yourself on your own, fight those mental battles, and you have to complete the workouts all on your own. This allowed me to kind of just like be able to take what I applied in sessions with him and apply it on my own and become a little bit more independent. The hardest part about gaining muscle mass is the eating. Honestly, the working out is the easiest part. It's the most fun part too. If you guys want to gain muscle mass, you need to be eating in a caloric surplus, which means you are consuming more calories than your body's burning. This is why we say don't do cardio when bulking, because you're going to burn the calories that your body needs to grow muscle. So I'll put like a little list right here, but some go-to high protein snacks of mine are Misfits protein bars, super high in protein, low in sugar, taste delicious, edamame, Kodiak cakes. Those are the protein waffles that I eat. Turkey and pickles, carrots and hummus, Beam protein shakes. I swear by Beam, you guys. I chug a protein shake after every single one of my lifts. You want to get protein into the system right away because you want to feed your muscles to help them grow. Egg whites, apples and peanut butter. Those are like my go-to high protein snacks. You can't go wrong with any whole food either. You want to stay away from the processed foods and just eat things that grow from the ground. So now on the flip side, those were high protein snacks. Now here are some of my go-to bulking like meal ideas, which are loaded oats, you guys. Oatmeal is going to get you the gains. Oatmeal is so high in fiber, carbs, protein. It has all of the above. And if you add like hemp hearts, chia seed, peanut butter, banana, all the things like that, you're going to get your oats up to like 800 calories, and it's going to taste delicious. It's going to feed your muscles, and it's going to keep you full really long. Peanut butter toast is another really good one. Rice cakes with peanut butter and bananas. Smoothies, loading up all of your fruits and veggies and protein and oats into a smoothie. That is the key to bulking. If you struggle with putting down a lot of food, putting oats in your smoothies and blending them and drinking them, it helps so much. And you guys, being in a bulk, if you're eyeing your bulk, you're not bulking. You're not reaching your macros. You need to track them. I use my Fitness Pal, but when you're bulking, after every single meal, you should feel like you're going to throw up. Like, you should be forcing the food down, and if you're not forcing it down, I promise you're probably not eating enough. And then the ultimate fitness meal is going to be like chicken rice veggies, salmon rice veggies, tofu rice veggies. Pick a protein, pick a carb, and load that plate up with vegetables. You literally cannot go wrong. Being in a cut is just eating less calories than you burn in the gym, and being in a bulk means that you eat more calories than you burn in the gym. So these recipes and these snack ideas, they work for cutting and bulking. The key is how much you consume. I definitely thought that I had bad genetics, and I was like, I don't have the genetics to grow a butt. I will never have a thigh gap. My waist will always be a box. A bunch of things like that. After actually lifting weights and eating in a calorie surplus and kind of going through this entire fitness journey, my body has had an entire body recomposition. My glutes have grown significantly. My legs have actually gotten smaller, and my waist has slimmed down because I was actually being consistent. There's so many girls that are consistent for a week or two, and then they slowly start to like fall off track, and then they're like, it didn't work for me, blah, blah, blah. It's like, because you need to be consistent for like 4 months. You need to actually push yourself, because if you want it, you can get it. This is why not everybody has their dream body, and why not everybody is successful, because success comes with hard work, and working hard can be difficult. Okay, so now let's say we're in March of 2021. I have completed my 4 months with Rave. I gained about 15 pounds of muscle. I went from this to this, and my butt had like a complete recomposition, and I was loving where my body was at. So after April of 2021, Rave ended up moving to Miami, so he no longer trained with me. Basically, when he was back in LA, we trained maybe like 3 times together over the course of like 2 months. But at that point, I even told him, I was like, I'm so grateful. I am so beyond grateful and blessed that I was able to do these 4 months with you, because you've allowed me to, one, figure out exactly the type of working out that I like, what works for me, and I broke out of those toxic fitness myth, traits, and habits and beliefs that I had, and now I can see so much clearer, and I'm helping girls like you that might also have those toxic fitness myths stuck in your head break free from those, because now I can eat whatever I want, and I don't feel guilty, and I don't feel like I have to punish myself the next day and run more, do more cardio. So I'm just grateful for everything that happened in 2020 and early 2021. Let's get into November of 2021. I decided to do my second bulk. This was a bulk I was doing entirely on my own, taking everything that I applied the following year, or the previous year from Rave. I tracked my second bulk. The interesting thing about this bulk was that I trained glutes 2 times per week only. I was lifting very heavy, pushing myself in the gym, and eating a lot of food. I ended up gaining like another 15 pounds in like a month and a half to 2 months, and my butt was massive. This is what my butt looked like. This was literally on like a back and bicep day. Like, I wasn't even hitting glutes, and my butt looked like this all the time, and that was great. I was like, I literally feel like Tammy Hembrow. Like, I feel like my butt is huge. Like, the gains are real. Because I was bulking again, I started to gain more like in my chin and my face and my stomach, my arms. Like I started getting insecure. This was literally like 6 months ago that I was feeling this. I started to gain more weight and I was just like, I mentally, like I don't like the way that I look right now. Like yes, I have a freaking dump truck, but I was like, the rest of me, I don't want to look like this, and I would rather sacrifice having a butt a little bit smaller than having like everything else on my body feeling bigger than it usually is. On New Year's Eve, I had taken a photo and I was like, wow, I really hate the way that I look. Like I do not like me and my skin right now. I was like going into the new year not excited because I was supposed to do like, you know, another like 2 months of bulking to complete my 4 months. On January 1st, I decided to start cutting. So I stopped bulking, was just like, I need to put my mental health first. I started cutting and I also started 75 hard on January 1st. So if you guys have been following my Instagram since at least this year, you guys will know that I started 75 hard. Technically, I failed it after a month and a half, but I failed it because I ended up like not reading much anymore. I don't feel like I failed it. On paper, I failed 75 hard. For me, I started waking up at 6 a.m. I do 2 workouts per day. So I do a workout at the gym and then I really started walking like after dinner with my boyfriend. JP and I will still go on walks after dinner and just try to be more active throughout our days. I also intuitively eating and not doing many cheat meals. So those are things that I've taken from 75 hard that I've actually applied in my life. On paper, I failed. For all of those that keep asking me about 75 hard, I did not complete it. I definitely feel like I took a lot out of that. Now we're at present day. It is April of 2022. Right now, I'm intuitively eating. I'm training glutes 2 times per week. I'm lifting super heavy while doing it. Although it's not as heavy as when I was in a bulk, I'm still lifting heavy for where I'm at right now in my journey. I feel great. I've been incorporating a lot more muscle building cardio. So like HIIT style intervals is like jump rope, burpees, stairmaster, sprint. But I feel great. It's all been a part of the journey. I went through a crazy bulk and gained a lot of weight. I have been extremely skinny at a different point in my life. I've been through the excessive cardio and abs and under eating phase. Now I'm in this healthy, intuitive training with what makes my body feel good and hopefully inspiring those along my journey to just do what makes them feel best and what makes you feel the most confident. That concludes today's YouTube video on how I grew my glutes in about a year and a half. If you guys have any questions, drop them in the comments or DM me. I just strive to be that platform that I wish I could have followed when I very first started my journey. Other than that, make sure to give this video a like and hit that subscribe button because it helps my channel out so much and ensures that you guys do not miss out on the videos that I post. I love you and I hope you have a beautiful day.